It has come to the attention of the internet that GameStop has a program that incentivizes employees to lie to customers in order to kind of rip them off. So basically how this works is it's called Circle of Life, which is something that's been in place for a long time, but now it has percentage quotas, which I will get to. Circle of Life relies on basically the GameStop model of selling or returning used games and then using that money to buy a new game, and thus creating a circle of life for video games. However, they have attached quotas to each part of the sales model for employees of GameStop, and this has come with support from many GameStop employees across the country and have sent in many stories. Basically how this works is that there would need to be percentage quotas for pre-orders, reward card subscriptions, used game sales, and game trade-ins. So nowhere on there is new game sales. So this could potentially leave you in a situation where you are wanting to buy a new game, let's say Watch Dogs 2. And they would point you to the used game version of that as opposed to the new game and not tell you about the sale. The example is that if Watch Dogs 2, a new edition, were on sale for $30, they would point you to the used edition, which might be over $50, and that is not a good deal for you. Other times people have reported that GameStop employees have lied about whether new games were in stock in order to keep those percentages up for used game sales and what have you. Because it is a percentage model, if one piece of the percentage goes up, the other ones go down and they're not meeting their quotas. And in response to this, Kotaku has collected many stories from GameStop employees, past and present, supporting that this is a true thing that is happening and it has employees scared for their jobs. And there's a balance between being incentivized to lie and also wanting to do the right thing. In response to this, GameStop has said, all of GameStop's internal programs are designed to provide our customers the best value in all their video game purchases, including new and pre-owned merchandise. With any program, opportunities arise for improvement, and we will continue to refine it to equip our knowledgeable store associates to provide a great store experience. This flies directly in the face of other quotes collected. These ones are available at Kotaku, by the way. One current assistant manager says, your source was absolutely right when they talked about lying to guests. None of us like to do it, but we are all scared for our jobs. I don't want to sound like a sob story or anything, but my situation is the norm. I have employees who work at GameStop full-time, and every time they sell a new console or a day like January 24th rolls around, where you have multiple new titles releasing at the same time, they all get extremely nervous about whether or not they're going to hit their numbers. The worst part is the fact that all of my staff wants to do right by the guests, and we all try to do as much as possible, but we're faced with either losing our jobs or selling a product that the guest doesn't want. 9 times out of 10 we'll sell something other than what the guests want. Another current assistant manager says, I just want to let you know that your GameStop article is spot on. I'm an assistant manager at a Midwest GameStop, and let me tell you, we are directed by higher management to mislead customers. Our district leader straight up told an employee to direct our guests to the pre-owned items in question, talk up the value of buying pre-owned, and simply omit mentioning any sales prices. In the specific example she used, Watch Dogs 2, our guest would have wound up spending $25 more than they had to. Maximize sales and profit while making service matter? My ass. And another former assistant manager actually put up the percentage quotas of the Circle of Life program. They said, I was an assistant manager at a GameStop until last Thursday. I have had enough of the company. Circle of Life was something that has always been a part of GameStop but got revamped around October for the holidays. The goals for our store were as follows. Reservations, 11%. PUR Pro renewals, 13%. Pre-owned sales, 34%. Trade-ins, 22%. Game protection guarantee, 20%. Don't buy that. PRP, hardware warranty, 33%. These goals had to be met every day or we would get a call from our district manager or district leader, as GameStop would have you call them, to alert us about our low numbers and warn us. Our DL would routinely threaten our jobs over low performance, so much so that he fired all the employees at one location. Admittedly, this location had been a trouble location, but to fire the entire staff? And they just go on and on. I have more stories that I wanted to read, but it's just pages and pages. I don't know if you can see this. This is 7 pages on the smallest print type I could possibly find. So this seems to be corroborated that this is an internal program at GameStop's, and it's not good for the employees, clearly, because they're losing their jobs, they're scared, and it's definitely not good for the customers. I mean, a lot of people are leaning toward buying new copies of games when they come out that day. But if this program is in place where they are going to lie to you and basically waste your time if you go and walk into the store, why would you do this? You can easily go to any smaller retailer. You could go to Best Buy, which does have some used game sales if that's what you want. Or you can do what everybody is increasingly doing, which is go digital or go PC, ergo digital. And it seems very archaic and like it's grasping at straws at a business model that doesn't work anymore. A lot of people have taken issue with this, with other policies GameStop has enacted over the years, such as the relatively low buyback value, that is. There were videos of GameStop throwing away certain games and hardware and destroying them so they couldn't possibly be used instead of donating them perhaps. And it's not good that it's all coming to light like this. I understand that their business model is mostly based on used game buybacks, but when you're incentivizing it like this, I don't see how this helps your company in the long run. This is all short-term goals. Audience, have you ever run into any of these issues outlined about GameStop and their questionable practices toward employees and customers? Please let me know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.